What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this one, we have top 10 awkward interviews on Good Morning Britain. Definitely excited to dive right in. However, before we get to it, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is smash that join button, receive your exclusive benefits. Let's look at these awkward interviews on Good Morning Britain. I watched some comedy moments from this Good Morning Britain, but not awkward interviews.
Who's ready to feel uncomfortable? Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 awkward interviews on Good Morning Britain. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at both the most embarrassing exchanges and the most heated interviews from the award-winning ITV breakfast programme. From small squabbles to painful punt-downs, from forced walkouts to intense shouting matches. These are the moments from GMB that had us squirming in our seats. Number 10, the dating guru.
Telling women that you're potentially going to date that they're entitled, overweight and moan all the time.
I wasn't telling them that at the time, obviously.
Self-styled dating guru Richard LaRuina appeared on GMB in 2017 to argue that English women are all overweight and entitled. While Susanna strikes a calm and rational tone, Piers immediately goes in with both feet on his guest. And for once, we're cheering for him.
Your mother's English, right?
Yes, she is.
So does she also qualify as unattractive, stupid, entitled and the rest of it, or is she an exception?
Asked to give his opinion on the women around the desk, LaRuina quickly starts to backtrack.
Let's hear you be brutally honest.
And as the attacks rain from all sides, it's left to Piers to put the final nail in the guru's coffin.
I think you are right to seek your future in Russia, because I think the chances of you ever having sex in this country again are zero.
Number 9, Fox.
Usually I don't like Piers Morgan. I don't like him at all. But they had the dating guru backtracking, and it's like, I mean, you should have known what you was walking into when you came on Good Morning Britain. You should have known this probably ain't the best place for me to go. Probably, especially if you're saying stuff like all English women are overweight and entitled. Like, come on, my boy. You gotta be smarter than that. You can't, and you got put in your place. Point blank, period.
And Owl.
You want to be non-gender, non-binary?
No, not non-gender.
Well, what's the difference?
In 2017, a non-binary couple appeared on the show to answer questions about gender issues. Morgan is friendly to begin with, but the discussion becomes heated when he asks his guests if people can define themselves as anything they choose.
Is anything fine? I mean, can I be anything I want? Can I be an elephant? Can I literally say, I'm now an elephant, and do I get afforded elephant rights?
And as the couple struggle to get a word in edgeways, Morgan seems less interested in hearing their answers than he does in admiring the sound of his own voice. It's all downhill from there, with Fox accusing Morgan of fear-mongering and Morgan dismissing transgender issues as a fad.
They've heard you guys talking about being non-binary. I think it's cool.
It's not about being cool, it's about an inner sense of self.
Number 8, Dionne Warwick.
I will say that is why I usually don't like Piers Morgan. It's because it's like, why like debate or like talk to people if you're not gonna let them talk? It's frustrating when it's just one person constantly like trying to get their point across and constantly yelling over somebody else. Like, nobody wants to. I guess some people want to see it. I don't want to see it. Like, y'all gonna argue. I want to hear both sides of the argument. I don't want to, and just constant arguing. On that topic, I'm gonna steer clear of that topic, and we're just gonna go straight to number 8. Okay.
Legendary American singer Dionne Warwick appeared on the show in 2017 to promote a benefit concert for the .com Children's Foundation. But things turn frosty when Susanna Reid tries to steer the conversation onto the death of Warwick's cousin, Whitney Houston.
Your family has experienced tragedy. Of course, your cousin Whitney Houston
we're not going to even discuss that, okay? That's a bygone conclusion. We're not discussing that.
Instead of dropping the subject immediately, Reid tries to approach it from a different angle. Afterwards, the journalist was condemned on social media for what were deemed insensitive questions, whilst Warwick was praised for the way she put her hosts in their place.
As I keep saying, we all put on our pants one leg at a time.
Number 7, Piers meet.
My thing is, if she told you she doesn't want to discuss that, she came on here for a good cause. She doesn't want to talk about Whitney Houston, her family, the loss in her family. She's not there to discuss that. So don't try to approach her from a different angle. Don't bring that up anymore. Piers meets the Vardys. I don't know who the Vardys are.
Meets the Vardys.
Who wears the trousers in this house?
Me?
In this joint interview with footballer Jamie Vardy and his wife Rebecca, Piers comes unstuck when he refers to Rebecca as a wag, the term sometimes used to refer to the wives and girlfriends of sports stars. An ambassador for charities such as Hope Against Cancer and Young Minds, Rebecca is unimpressed at being defined solely by her husband's job, and she makes sure Piers knows it.
It's a bit derogatory, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think
Do you feel that?
Yeah, definitely.
You feel offended by being called a wag?
Morgan tries his best to laugh off the moment, but there is no concealing his discomfort.
Good answer.
1-0 to Rebecca, we
awkward.
think. Number 6.
It was very, very awkward. And I can understand her feeling like demeaned by the word wag, because it's like, I'm just not his wife. Like, I'm my own person who have my own accomplishments, so I don't just want to be known as his wife. Like, I do want to be known as my who I am, my own person. I do want to be known. It's understandable.
Alan Sugar versus Piers Morgan. These two men first fell out.
You see who in all these got that. Piers Morgan gonna be in almost every 180. Almost every single one is gonna be Piers.
In 2007, when Sugar fired Morgan from comic relief Does the Apprentice, and they've been bickering ever since.
I was the star of the biggest show on American television. A year before I appeared on your pathetic.
I know you.
So when Sugar joined Morgan on the Good Morning Britain sofa in 2017, it wasn't long before the two of them started trading insults.
Look, I realise I might have made a mistake because I found out recently you auditioned for CBeebies.
Sugar taunts Morgan for getting sacked by CNN, while Morgan compares Sugar to Sid James. All in all, it's a colossal clash of personalities.
I've not been there.
Ah, you haven't. Okay,
I have been invited 3 times.
There's even time for Morgan to be given a taste of his own medicine, as Sugar mocks his host over his interview style.
I know you're not familiar with how interviews work. You ask a question, I then answer it.
Pot kettle.
Number 5, Gavin.
Pot kettle. He did need a taste of his own medicine. I do like when somebody give it back to Piers, because in a lot of interviews, Piers it be feeling like he trying to be a bully. Like, pot kettle. I appreciate that, Sugar. I don't know everything that went on between these two. I don't know all the insults thrown back and forth. But that is a pot calling kettle black in that scenario.
In Williamson.
No, sorry, can you answer the question? No. I'm sure you do want to pay tribute to them. No, Mr. Williamson. I asked you a straight question.
The irrepressible Richard Madeley has been a fill-in presenter on GMB since August 2017. He was at his awkward best in the aftermath of the Salisbury poisoning case, though, when the Defense Secretary Gavin Williamson told Russia to go away and shut up.
Do you regret using very casual Trump-esque language like shut up and go away?
In a now famous interview, Madeley asks the politician if he regrets his language, but when Williamson refuses to give a straight answer, Madeley swiftly loses patience, and so repeats the question over and over and over again.
Do you regret telling Russia to shut up and go away? Mr. Williamson, please answer the question. Mr. Williamson.
Hey, well, you're not going to answer the question. People who use that kind of language, and say these kind of remarks, are never apologetic about it. Are never willing to take back what they said. They don't want to say it again for fear of sounding terrible, so they just try to beat around the bush and go around the question and throw it to some other topic.
And you're just not answering the question.
With neither backing down, Richard pulls the plug on the tension in the bluntest way possible.
Good luck with the African Elephant project. That is an excellent thing to do, but it would be helpful if you answered a straight question with a straight answer.
Ouch. Number 4, the Las Vegas shooting.
But I know you weren't aware of this before you've just come on air, but what is your immediate reaction to what I've just told you?
Poor Mariah Carey. In 2017, the American pop diva appeared on the show to talk about her upcoming UK Christmas tour. Instead, she's ambushed by Piers Morgan with questions about a breaking news mass shooting in Las Vegas. Until then unaware of what had happened, a clearly shocked Carey is left fumbling for words as Piers shows her footage from the tragedy.
That's awful. I just hope, I pray for the victims and I hope that all this can stop.
Mariah handles the moment well, but afterwards, GMB faced accusations of being classless and unfair for putting the singer on the spot in such a fashion.
It's just wrong. I don't know what to say.
Number 3, the gun.
That is absolutely awful, and the freaking I'm sick and tired of it. The mass shootings are absolutely disgusting, but and that Las Vegas shooting was absolutely disgusting. Just evil people, man, and that's absolutely frustrating. But yeah, it is tough being put on the spot. Like, when you don't even know what's going on, just being put on the spot right then and there. Like, I ain't even had no time to digest what happened.
Bait.
What can possibly justify anyone being able to buy 42 weapons, many of which were high-powered, semi-automatic rifles?
Yeah, that's
As
crazy.
a vocal critic of America's gun laws, Piers Morgan frequently clashes with pro-gun campaigners, not least here.
The man just shot 600 people. Of course they're high-powered. Okay. We heard the bullets go off ourselves. We heard them firing.
In a discussion about the same mass shooting that Mariah Carey was quizzed on, American Dan Roberts infuriates Piers with his response to the tragedy.
How can any of this make sense, Dan? What are you going to do about this?
It's a bruising encounter, with the two men trading blows as they argue over how guns can be bought in the US when Kinder Surprise eggs are supposedly banned for the risk they pose to children.
Don't laugh, Dan. It's not funny. 600 people got shot.
No, it is funny. Your example is ridiculous.
Right. There's no doubt that Piers wins this round, though. Number 2,
I'm on Piers' side in that one. It's absolutely ridiculous to be able to have that many weapons. That just doesn't even make sense, and it's absolutely baffling. And even after all these mass shootings, like the Las Vegas shooting, like school shootings, like so many shootings that happen, nothing ever changes. It's absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. I am on Piers Morgan's side 100% on that one.
The Women's March.
It's not freedom of speech to say you want to blow up the White House. That is a direct threat against the life of the president.
In January 2017, coordinated marches took place worldwide in support of various policies, including women's rights. After Morgan dismissed the protests as a mass hissy fit by rabid feminists, sparks were inevitably going to fly at this debate around the event's objectives.
You just want to keep talking and don't want to allow a man to have his say.
Instead of listening to his guests, Piers spends most of his time defending Donald Trump and is eventually taken down a peg for disrespect.
You know, there's one thing that women in this country have to deal with every day, which is everyday sexism, and being interrupted constantly is one of the ways that comes to light.
And just when you thought things couldn't get any more awkward, Piers makes this ill-advised suggestion.
It's been a very good debate. It's been reasonably civilised. Should we end group hug?
No thanks.
Number 1, the former...
That's crazy work. He know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. That's ridiculous. To be called just a big hissy fit when they're marching for their rights is crazy to me. It sounds absolutely baffling to me. But I guess everybody entitled to their own opinion. I just don't agree with them on that one. But I agree with them 100% on the gun issue, on this women's rights issue. Absolutely not in agreement with them.
Kremlin advisor.
You didn't hear it?
This is a conversation where he condemns traitors.
On top pick, and we're looking again at the fallout from the Salisbury poisoning incident. After ex-Kremlin advisor Alexander Nekrasov claims President Putin would never kill Russian defectors, Morgan asks him what Putin meant in 2010 when he said traitors would kick the bucket.
What he meant by kick the bucket is, we're going to have these people killed.
As tempers rise, so do the voices of the speakers. Morgan asks the same question 18 times, while Nekrasov tries to steer the interview onto the UK's role in the Iraq War.
Your intelligence services lied to Parliament.
What does the phrase
that Iraq has weapons of mass destruction?
But does Piers eventually get his answer?
What does kick the bucket mean?
Well, first of all, I'm telling you that he means they will die because they will die
Thank you very
of
much
themselves.
Do you agree?
Y'all let me know what y'all think of these top 10 awkward interviews. Did you get the chance to witness like the actual full interviews? Are y'all a fan of Piers Morgan? I need answers in the comment section. But if you happen to enjoy that, please don't forget to subscribe, get a video a thumbs up. Check out the next one. I'll see you guys next time.